We are live, folks. Come on in and get connected. Come on in. I'm going to go ahead and set us up right here, right now. So let's see who we got in here. I got Scully here in the shade a little bit today. Let's see how he's going to act. Let me go ahead and click on here and get connected. I shouted this out on Facebook right now. I need to shout this out everywhere else as we speak. If you guys have any questions at all, go ahead and throw them out, and hopefully I can answer some of them. I know I had talked to someone the other day about having them talk about, I think it was their ability to run a little bit faster. So hopefully they will stop on in. Beauty, come on in. Beautiful Ambassador Rose. Thank you, welcome, welcome. I'm just getting started. I'm just sharing this out right now as we speak. So you kind of got ahead of me a little bit. Good for you. I'm going to go ahead and tweet this out. And here we go. We are tweeted out. I Facebooked this. I tweeted this out. And let's go ahead and create a separate post here. There we go. I did a bunch of stuff. Going ahead and giving a little props to one of my viewers. Monet Nakai, come on in. Oh, hi, how are you feeling? I'm all right. I'm a little fatigued today, I'll tell you that much, Mom. I'm definitely a little fatigued. I don't know if I'm just stressed out or anxiety or a little bit of both. I'm not certain, but other than that, I'm fine. All right, I am fine. Nakon says he's fine. That guy does a lot of live streams. I just saw one yesterday. So he does a bunch of live streams here. One watching. There's no way I just have one watching. Miss Bloggers, hello friends. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Oh, thanks for sharing me out there, Nakon. I just see it on Twitter that you just shared me out. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and get my spine. I'll be right back and we will get started with the show. Don't go nowhere. Go ahead and get connected. All right, I am back. Uh-oh. I'm way back down there. Let me get to where I'm supposed to be. There we go. That was kind of weird. Let's go ahead and refresh this and see who's actually in the house. Well, apparently it's just myself, and I'm sure my mom's still here. Everybody else left already. That's funny right there. Okay, and so I hadn't had anything really planned dialogue-wise today. Last time I talked about, at least on my last video, was talking about treatment techniques that you can do at home for your disc pain in your lower back. So that was my second video of my series on lumbar disc pain and different treatment techniques that you can do at home. Hopefully you guys can share me out I got 3 watching. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try, like, we'll see how it goes. If I get an hour, that'll be great. We'll see how many people we get in an hour. If it seems like it dies out, then we won't do that much. So it really depends on what you guys want to do, what types of questions you guys want to ask, as well as what I personally can come up with. So I have 6 thumbs up and 3 people watching. Two people watching, excuse me. I did have 3. So the first video I did was all about the different types of disc issues, you know, whether the disc was pushing out onto the nerve, and touching the nerve, which would be a herniation, whether it was a bulge and it wasn't really touching the nerve, but you can have inflammation around the nerve that can give you your symptoms, but the disc actually isn't making contact with the nerve. It's an inflammatory process going on. You can have a rupture where the disc fluid is actually just kind of had leaked, or leaky disc is generally termed. And then you can have fragmentation where a piece of the annular part of the disc, which is the outer part of the disc, has broken off and kind of is floating inside the actual canal itself where those nerves go into. So right there, that canal, right in there, that nerve, you can easily have a disc break off, right here being the disc, and come back onto that nerve, or break off and float inside that canal in there. The next thing you know, you got a lot of good old-fashioned pain occurring because of that. At Monet Nacon, hello. So you got a J. Dane Bloggers giving you a welcome. They might be out and back in. It's hard to tell. I only have 2 people watching. This might have happened after I stood up and I didn't see it. So I got 3 people watching. We'll see what happens. Oh, they're coming in and out. Monet Dacon says, welcome, welcome, welcome. In your house at Monet Nacon. All right. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to do the same. So we're going to have a nice little connection there. Isn't that awesome? Nice little connection. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hopefully get a little nod. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and shout them out. Hopefully I will go ahead and give you guys some tidbits or information. But I'm just going over my last 2 videos that I did that last Sunday and the Sunday previously on lumbar disc issues. So my next one, which I'm not certain I'm going to get it out this weekend. This might be the first time in a long time. I got some family coming into town, and needless to say, I probably, if I can get that video out on Sunday, I will try. Otherwise, it might not be till Monday. It's hard to tell. I might actually have to drop that video on Monday. So, anyways, it don't really matter. It'll come when it comes. I got more than enough videos on there right now for people to see. I probably got 75 videos at least of just different techniques you can do to reduce your pain at home. So, there's definitely, you know, if people want to watch the content is definitely on my channel. There's nothing in regards to that where you're lacking watching content. At Monet Nacon dropped you a package. Jaden Bloggers has watched you, so go on in there. So I think he's, Miss Bloggers, I think you're in there right now probably watching your stuff, because I only got 3 people in the channel. J. Dean, love your trailer. Oh, must have a pretty good trailer. Yeah, nowadays with the different editing programs or different types of add-ons you can get some pretty, pretty amazing videos. All you have to do is either insert your name or text or a picture or something like that, or multiple pictures, and you can add yourself a pretty amazing trailer that you would see, in a movie theater. So you can make them pretty easy, and they make them pretty cool nowadays. It's almost to the point where it's too easy, and so people are just like zipping past the trailer, even though it's probably, it's cool to watch and people spend time doing it. A lot of people don't even, like, if you have a huge front-loaded trailer or whatever, a minute and a half or something like that, introducing yourself or whatever, your channel every time. A lot of times people scroll right on past that just because they're just sick of, especially if you don't change it up. You have the same trailer every time, every video. Yeah, people aren't going to watch it after a while. I left you a package, JD. Okay. See, maybe we can get some more people in here. Hard to tell. Jada Bloggers, thanks so much. Alright, looks like you got a solid connection there. James Gite, thumbs up, bro. Thanks so much, Mr. James. My channel's running kind of slow today, sir. I much appreciate you coming. And this is Mr. James Gite. He's got a huge following. He does live streams. He does edited videos. Look at that. Hi, Monet Bacon. How are you? Nice. So if you guys want to get connected with someone that's got a ton of followers, he's a monetized channel. So, it'll be worthwhile to at least watch one of his edited commercials or advertisements or whatever you want to call it. Try not to skip through at least one of them so you can give him a little bit of jing-jing, a little bit of ching-a-ling. And hopefully you can get connected. He does take members. And so maybe you could be a member of Mr. James Gite. Like I said, he does live streams, I almost want to say every day. If he doesn't do them every day, it's got to be pretty darn close. Sometimes he does them a couple times a day. So, I would recommend you go see his channel if you definitely want to get a little bit growing going on. Be the Difference Clothing. Hi, come on in, girl. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. This must be the difference. She does all types of live streams, edited videos, as well as she sells products off her channel. She sells, I think it's a couple of times there, I've seen her advertise some onesies with different logos like Dad's whatever, or, so as well as socks and all types of other clothes. She doesn't only sell onesies, but she does sell other stuff. Hey, Joe, and all in the chat. Boulevard 40, hi, Mr. Joe. I saw you were on, so I thought I'd come hang out for a bit. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Sweetie. Miss Boulevard 40 has multiple channels, a couple of them that I know of, a couple of them that no one knows of. And she's got her one channel all specifically designed for Bible passages and stuff like that, as well as she has a whole other channel that is goes over types of business techniques and stuff like that. I'm sure she can talk to you definitely a little bit more about it than I can, but I would recommend you go over and make a good connection with her. Thanks for the love, Joe. Well, Be the Difference Clothing. Well, it's wonderful just because I see you do your thing all the time, and I figure, I better pony up and do some of my stuff too. So, she's been doing this for obviously a lot longer than I have. I'm fine, brother. Monet Nacon says, I'm fine, brothers. That must have been with a Gite conversation. Six watching. If you guys have any questions at all, there's 9 thumbs up. I'm talking initially about the good old disc. My first 2 videos that I dropped for this second series. My first series was on snapping hip syndrome, and I did 4 videos on that. This next video series is all about lumbar pain and disc issues. My first video is talking about disc issues, the anatomy. Hopefully it made it a little bit of fun and tongue-in-cheek with Scully here. Talk about the nervous system a little bit, what happens with a disc problem. My second video I dropped last Sunday was on different treatment techniques that you can do at home for the disc issue. This week's video drop, which I'm hoping to drop it on Sunday, but it might not be till Monday, is on surgical techniques for disc issues and what types of surgeries that they do for disc problems, whether it's discectomy or microdiscectomy or laminectomy, all these different ectomies, so to speak, or fusions and what kind of fusions that they can do for the spine. So that's going to be my next video, and I hope to find some video on the actual surgical techniques like I did for the hip surgery. So that'll be kind of cool. And my fourth video in that series is going to be treatment techniques that you're going to see or be exposed to in the physical therapy clinic. So there's a ton of different philosophies that there is in physical therapy in regards to back and disc issues. There's mechanical traction philosophy, there's positional philosophies of posture, flexibility and strength and weakness. That's a kind of a philosophy. Or her name was, she died several years ago, but her name was Shirley Sarman. She was a physical therapist that was a guru in that kind of niche in regards to how do I treat the back and disc issue. I got a huge question here. Come on here we go. My live stream privileges were revoked on the Bible channel 2 days ago. Not sure why, but now I'm just doing the Bible verses as uploads. YouTube is getting weird lately. Oh well, I'm not going to steal my joy. Anyways, I'm doing my hair now, so I'm listening to while I'm braiding. Well, thank you for staying and listening to me. Much appreciated. Yeah, I actually was scrolling through my subscribers I had, as well as the people that I'm subscribed to, and there was probably 25 or 30 so far that I subscribed to, you know, way back last year, November. And I've been looking through them and they haven't done anything. Well, I looked at last night and there was a bunch of them that were either YouTube revoked for whatever multiple flags or whatever term that they use. So YouTube's going through again and they're scrubbing the system, so to speak, and getting rid of a lot of these people that have like either single flags, or if they think that it might be some sort of copyright infringement, or you know, music being played that's a sound strike or whatever, or TV being played in the background. Or, but I'm really surprised the Bible. You know, that's not, I mean, that's kind of, bad karma too, right? So yeah, maybe, as far as I can guess, it's probably just one of those robots that's done something stupid, you know. So anyways, as I was getting back to, my fourth video, like I said, hopefully it's going to be on those techniques. And so one of them, like I said, is Shirley Sarman. She's a philosopher. She passed away, but she was a guru in muscle imbalance, flexibility, tightness, certain muscle groups that are weak versus certain muscle groups that are tight. So that was kind of like her niche in the physical therapy world. I know, right? Who's copywriting me, Jesus? Lord, forgive me. I don't know, it might be Buddha. You better watch out with that Buddha. You know, it could be the Quran. You never know, the ultimate book, right? Supposedly. But yeah, I would be really curious why they copyrighted strike you reading the Bible. That makes no sense. The only thing I could think of is it had nothing to do with reading the Bible. It might have had something to do if you had music playing that wasn't appropriate, you know, it was like someone else's music, or did you have a radio playing? I know your room doesn't have any TV, so there's no video TV playing, so I'd have no idea why they would throw a copyright strike on that. That is just odd. But like you said, it's YouTube. You know, that's the reason why you save all your videos, because when they boot us all off, we can go ahead and take all our videos and go to the next platform. I'm not crazy. I'm not leaving all my stuff on YouTube and not have some sort of server of my own or hard drive of my own with all my videos on. I've done too much darn hard work to let YouTube just delete all my videos when they decide that they deem it not appropriate. Yeah, if it ain't you, it'll be another platform. If it ain't TikTok or for any Instagram or you know, whatever. It might be 5 or 10 years from now. Who knows? Might be another big server, big, you know, platform, internet platform device that comes on, and all of a sudden, you know, I mean, if you have all this stuff, I mean, you can easily, hopefully, you know, market yourself that way. Oh, Lisa singing. Singing. I know, don't quit my day job. I realize if I could sing, you think I'd be doing this? You think I'd seriously be doing this if I could sing? I might be just a broke singer who's here with his guitar slash spinal cord. Well, thank you for coming, much appreciated. Be the difference, Chloe. She's so sweet. Thank you all for sticking around. I know you guys have lots of subscribers, big channels, and I appreciate you guys coming to watch me and giving me a little bit of your time in your life to hopefully, if you have any questions, I am here. Hopefully I can at least answer them or divert you, or hopefully at least make you laugh at me a little bit to reduce your overall stress and anxiety, which all of us are under constantly, whether it has to do with this SARS-2 or COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, or just the fact that our normal routine has been thrown completely out of whack for the last 4 months. So I'm a big routine regiment man. I like things in a row. My mother's still here, she can attest to that. It probably started when I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, maybe something like that, maybe 10. I wouldn't think any later than 10. I might have been 11, but it was before we moved back from Texas. I just had it, and so I was 11 or 12 then. So I'm very regiment. So needless to say, throwing all of us as well as my, you know, it's a difference when you have to do a work life. When you go home, your routine at home is also thrown off too. And it's a lot of stress for everyone. So I appreciate you guys all coming. So what's going on with the spine, Mr. Joe? Something's out of alignment. You know, I want to give you guys a little scenario today. This has happened to me quite a few times when, over the years, you know, I've been doing this for 20-some years, so when I see and I worked for a chiropractor when I worked and lived in Maryland back in the 90s. So I know at least chiropractic philosophy, at least from that standpoint. Chiropractic has changed over the years, you know, to try and, you know, evolve with times, even though insurance companies for the most part don't pay for none of their stuff. But Mr. YouTuber, Tuber Chat in the house. Welcome, 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 Mr. Tuber Chat. This man has got an awesome channel. He does live streams all the time. Almost all the time, if not all the time, every day. He is Kevin K, if you didn't know. He started this channel, Tuber channel. Oh, I'm not sure if he did it when I first saw him on Milda Family way back, last year when I started noticing Kevin. But he's got a good channel. He does all types, like if you're supporting like your creators when it comes to your thumbnails, and kind of giving you tips and stuff like that, and your channel art and shout outs and stuff like that. That's kind of his shtick, his niche, what he's doing right now. He does live streams basically every day, at least from what I can tell. He does them at like 1 o'clock, so sometimes I can get in right after lunch, right before lunch, or in the middle of lunch, and sometimes he does them when I'm at work, so I can't. So needless to say, oh, I got Eagle VP. Hi, come on in, Eagle VP. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm talking about the spine for a little bit. Tuber Chat says, hi, Eagle. Hi at Tuber Chat, connected and grow with Kevin. Uh-oh, that's right. Eagle VP knows Kevin. Yep. He's definitely a cool guy. Down to earth from what I can tell. Kind of really tries and helps everybody as much as possible. His wife has also got a channel too that I've subscribed to, and she does content. And she helps him on his channel, I think, a little bit, at least in the background. What's up? Happy to catch you live again, passing through to support, letting you run. Thank you so much, Mr. Tuber. Yes, you do not like things out of order. Have always been like that. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give that whole nature nurture. This would be obviously the nature part, the genetics of either my mother's side, which is my mom Ann, or my father's side, a little bit of both. I'm not sure where it comes from, but my daughter has it. My oldest daughter has it. My 11-year-old, definitely you can see pure nature, the regimented process of how things need to be. Now my wife's kind of that way too, but I think I'm probably a little bit more than she is, in some aspects anyway. I'm a really terrible person with a great act, lots of laughs. Oh, come on. That's not true at all. All right, I got 7 watching. I shouted this out earlier, but I think a lot of live streams are slowing down again. I don't know why. Even some of the bigger ones I've only seen like maybe when they are busy, 25, 30 at the most, where they used to be 50, 60, right on that, and maybe close to 70. So I've seen a lot of the people watching live streams bottoming down. And that's probably, my gut's telling me, it's probably a combination of they're able to get out and about and they've been locked up for months, and the last thing they want to do is watch a live stream. I think that's a big part of it. And as well as I think people got burned out of watching live streams or doing live streams because they were doing them so much, because that's the only thing they could do for 3 months straight. So I think those two things really play the part on why the overall live streams. I'd be curious. I mean, on my channel, I'm running about 55,000 impressions a month, 28 days. That's what my channel's running right now. I'm running about 4.3, 4.4 click-through rate. I'm running right now. So, and I'm running about, I think it was like 2.1, 2.3 K out of those 54,000 impressions a month. So that's what my channel's running at. The last 2 28-day periods, that's what my channel's running at right now. Kevin says it's always a hustle, and you're right about the slower numbers. I enjoy hanging while you're live, so keep it up, and you'll be surprised how steadily you'll grow. Yeah. Oh, and also my mom says, right, vacations. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. People going back to the beach. Now that the beaches are open, at least phase 2 for most places, you know, and I'm sure some of the airlines are hopefully getting back. So you're getting a lot more of that. So, you know, this is when it's time to, as Kevin says, it's time to grind. This is when it's time to buckle up, because all the wussies are going to quit, and all the people that buckled up, they're in it for the long haul. See Scully? Scully's been dead for a long time. He's not aging at all. This poor puppy's aging, but I'm not going nowhere. I realize this is a marathon. It's not a race. And so it's all about consistency, making your stuff a little bit better and changing things up like you've seen on my channel. I changed things up a bunch these last 2 videos. So I employed Voice Talent by Kenya. Oh, that's Miss Kenya coming in on her other channel. That's so sweet of her. She's also Boulevard 40. When I hear Boulevard, I know your green sign back there says Boulevard. The thing I think of is Green Day. I don't know if you know the music group or not, but it's kind of a 90s punk rock band that became very mainstream poppy, and the band's called Green Day, and one of their big albums is something Boulevard. It's called Boulevard of Dreams or something like that, and it's got a lot of really good songs on it. But I'm not sure, if you're not into that kind of music, you might never have heard of Green Day before. Thought I'd give you a little bit more watch time. Oh, she's so sweet. I mean, come on, if you know, like Tina Turner would say, if that ain't love, wait, no, she said, what's love got to do with it? Oh, Oh, no, that ain't right. Boy, did I screw that one up. Harry Humstone is back in. Brother, come on in. This is Mr. Harry Humstone. I've been with him since last year. I think probably November, December, I started watching his stuff. I missed his last week. I need to go see him this week. I saw him the week before. He does all kinds of videos, edited videos, as well as some live streams in regards to like pickers. And he goes to like house auctions and stuff like that and gets stuff and buys it and then shows you what he bought. And then I'm not sure if he ever really tells you what he resells it for. That would be kind of cool, but obviously, you know, like anything else, he wants to make a buck. I mean, who doesn't, right? And so that's him. I'm finding treasures all the time. That's right. My father, he has one of those magnetic beep things. I'm not sure he's found a thing with it. My mom, who's Ann Kenny on there, could probably tell you, but I'm not sure he's found a thing. But I'm sure he has fun doing it, and that's probably what really matters in the first place. RC VHX22. My like is 12, my friend. Come on in. He does all kinds of RC stuff, and he does really good with like the video. He'll come in and zoom in. He'll zoom out. He'll kind of show you what's going on. He does a nice little video camera angle view, stuff like that too. His actual edited videos and stuff like that. So that's actually really nice to see versus just seeing, you know, one camera view. And I'm trying to, I think at probably some point, maybe at the end of the year, I think I might pick up a cheap camera that can kind of give me two different viewpoints. I think that would be kind of cool. I know once I get monetized, whenever hell freezes over, basically, is when I'll get monetized. But when that happens, and that's probably when, anyways, that's when Scully here is going to become animatronic. So that's going to be kind of like one of my showcases when I get monetized. Scully's going to get animatronic. He's going to be Pinocchio, and he's going to come to life. He's going to turn not into a little boy, obviously. He's not Pinocchio, but he's going to come into. I'm not sure if I'm going to make him more sarcastic or more friendly. I might throw something out there and just see what everybody thinks, whether they want him to stay sarcastic or not. I got 9 watching, which is awesome. RC is saying hi, Eagle VP. Georgia said from Tuber Chat. I got Georgia Bulldogs in the house. Hi, new to the channel. Yes, you are. I became a subscriber to you this week or last week. You're real new. I want you to try and get connected with some of these people because I know you've never been here with some of these, and some of these people have been here. They run the gamut. And I'm talking about if you want to grow your channel, you need to have people that not only like your stuff, but also are in different niches. Like I got that guy who's looking at you right now. I got Mr. Harry. He's in kind of the genre of people who do a lot of picking and yard sales and auctions. You have that genre of people or niche of people that do that. You got Mrs. Boulevard of Dreams here. I'm going to keep calling you that from now on. I don't know why. I do know why, but that's what's going to remind me of. She's Miss Boulevard 40 as well as, oh, come on, Joe. I just saw it there not 15 seconds ago. Anyways, as I fumble through my words here, there's Miss Boulevard that has a lot of. I'm on the phone right now trying to make a big score of McCoy Pottery, if you know what that is. No, but I wish you much love and much luck, brother. You know, he's up in, I think, like Connecticut area. I think that's where he's up in those New England states. Oh, you want to get a hold of at Tuber Chat, Miss Bulldog. He does live streams all the time. He goes over people's channels, as well as, you know, thumbnails, channel art, stuff like that. So you're going to want to get connected with him. He's Kevin K. His channel is Tuber Chat. I love pottery. Oh, there you go. Emma and Brian Vlog in Denmark. New supporter. Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Come on in. I want to go ahead and hopefully you've connected so I can get back to you afterwards and subscribe and hit the bell and start watching your beautiful stuff, because anybody who comes to my live streams, I try as much as possible to come back and watch your stuff, because I hit the bell means I'm going to get the prompt. Busey's 2.0. This is my backup phone, Mr. Joe. I don't make content here, but I watch people who need extra time from the account sometimes. Oh my Lord, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Much love to you. I absolutely appreciate it. I think I'm just over 1,000 watch hours. I think I need 3,000 more hours. It's 4,000 total. So like I said, at some point when I get there, with hopefully your guys' love as well as me making good content, so you guys actually want to watch something, as well as hopefully give you some knowledge. I mean, that's really what I'm trying to do too. Also, is either help you or help a family member or a friend or someone like that on some sort of issue in regards to, I've gone over neck, shoulder, back, elbow, wrist, hand, hip, knee, ankle, foot. I mean, I've done a lot of it. I've even talked to live streams about brain injuries, strokes, vestibular balance issues. I've gone over positional vertigo. I went over recently over TMJ, temporomandibular joint pain. I mean, I've gone over, and I continue to spice it up hopefully a little bit and go over all kinds of stuff that not only give you guys information, as well as hopefully give you treatment techniques for those problems that can help you at home. So, I mean, it's a win for win, hopefully. Hopefully I give you guys not only, I know I make myself silly and wacky. I mean, I know I'm over the top with this stuff. I mean, I'm not stupid. It's fun to do that, and hopefully you guys enjoy that also. And I like making the videos with Scully, and I plan on keep on doing it, so I hope people like it. Miss Emma and Brian, you can leave some comments so I can get back to you. Thank you. There you go. So, oh, there's Miss Kenya. Love Japan. Yeah, Japan. I connected with them a while ago. I got a couple people from Japan. And I think that's absolutely awesome that the fact is that I can actually talk to people from Japan. I'm actually, people that I would never in my entire life ever think I would get in contact with or hopefully help people. I'm giving some people some knowledge across the other side of the world that I would never do or be able to, and hopefully my idea that I learned in school or a class that I went to or a colleague, hopefully that will spread and hopefully help people. So I plan on keep on doing this. 14 in the street. I'm not in Japan. I'm in Fort Worth, Mr. Joe. Oh, I know you're in Fort Worth. When I was a kid, my mother and father got moved from IBM to Austin, Texas, where IBM back in the 80s. I think it was like 1984, 83, 85. She could tell you. I was like 10, 12 years old at the time. I was there for like 2 years, 2.5, I don't know. And we lived in a place called Round Rock, Texas. And so I've been to Fort Worth, I think, once, and it was in the airport. And my mother, we drove past Fort Worth, Texas when we went back to Pennsylvania. And so I could say at least been through Fort Worth, Texas. But I lived in outside of Austin in a place called Round Rock. And my parents, when I graduated from high school, they lived in a place called Georgetown, Texas, which isn't too far from what I understand Austin, when I was in college for my undergrad. So they were there for, I don't know, they could tell you 6, 8, 9, I don't know. They were there for longer than they were the first time. But yes, I like Texas. Obviously, I got Dale in the house. Damn it, no, your video on Levator's schedule helped me so much. Yeah, baby. Thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that. Actually, I do want my watch time and I want to help people, but honestly, if people tell me that and I get nothing for watch time, it's awesome. I mean, I want watch time,
But this trumps watch time any day of the week. When someone could say, hey, look it, man, I watched one of your wacky, silly videos, and you know what? It actually helped. Yes, that levator scapular one that I did back in December, I mean, that old stuff doesn't have the special effects. It doesn't have Scully. It doesn't have any of the silly, animated, wacky characters that I've come up with so far in this rockhead skull of mine. But the content that I've made is sound, including that levator scapular one that goes over massage techniques, taping techniques, positioning techniques, extension postural exercises that you can do to resolve your levator scapula, shoulder blade, headache, neck pain that people get a lot of times. And so it's, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minute video. If people watch that, the reality is I'm really surprised I don't get a lot of physical therapists or chiropractors like typing in my channel like, hey, what the heck you doing giving away this information for? You should be charging $400 or $500 for an evaluation, and you should be doing 6 to 8 treatments. I mean, I'm probably giving away, I kid you not, I'm probably giving away probably $1,500 easy between the evaluation and treatment just on that evaluation, that video, excuse me, on levator scapular pain. I guarantee that for a fact that's probably about what you would pay. And the same thing with the disc one that I'm doing right now, this 4-part series on disc pain. I guarantee that I'm probably, I don't know, probably at least $2,000 on that. Because a lot of times it's probably 12, 15 treatments before you really get that nerve pain and get them back to doing their activities and get them into a strengthening program. I guarantee these 4 videos that I'm making probably is about $2,000 in someone's pocket if you would just do this stuff. I mean, it's not, this is obviously liability says, and I have to put this out, that this doesn't trump you going to see a medical doctor. All right? You should see the medical doctor if you're having problems. But this information definitely could help you in conjunction with seeing the medical doctor. This does not supersede the medical doctor. Knowledge is power. Power is change. You want to move people into from poverty, out of poverty. You give them something to read. It's that simple. You want to get someone better. You want someone to improve in their life. You give them knowledge. That's really all this channel is about. It's just providing knowledge to people. Huh? Oh, I gotta. Thank you so much for sharing me out. Oh, I got Ed's attention to detail. Because I watch Ed's attention to detail. He's awesome. If you want to see him, I'm not sure he's in my channel right now, but I watch his stuff all the time with Miss Ernie Hatmaker. I'm not sure if she's in here today, but they are currently working on building a new house. If you want to see a house be built from scratch, excuse me, I kid you not, from the foundation up. Where the heck are they at? Arkansas? I think they live in Arkansas. Now, I haven't made a joke, but I've been wanting to ask them if they're how far away is Bill Clinton? Because I know Bill Clinton's from Arkansas. But I haven't had a chance. So if they ever see this live stream, are you anywhere near I can't even say it with a straight face. Bill Clinton. Miss Agricultural Toro is giving me some love. Kudos, Mr. Joe. You're going to be blessed for the help you are offering people. I hope so. Yeah, I'm a dentist, so that helps so much. Look at that. I got a dentist in the house. See? Mr. Dale's a dentist. There you go. You know what? He knows, not calling him, well, I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't know this man. And, but needless to say, he doesn't go around saying Dr. Dale all the time. I didn't see Dr. Dale on his YouTube, whatever. A lot of these chiropractors, oh my, not all of them, I can't see all of them, only ones I've seen on YouTube, and a few I've kind of been encountered with. For some reason, they want to tout that doctor word till the kingdom come. I can't figure it out. I have a doctorate degree too, but you don't see me boasting this all the time. It just drives me. You want to drive me nuts? Alone as Scully's, just keep calling yourself doctor when you're not when you're not an MD. If you're a medical doctor, you want 14 years or what when you're a surgeon, man, you've more than earned it, obviously. I have 7.5 years. That's what a physical therapist. You want to go to school for 7.5 years, you can get a physical therapy degree, a clinical doctor. But a lot of these chiropractors are touting them off, trying to present themselves as a medical doctor, and they're not. So, needless to say, that's my transition into my next stuff. And so, I've seen a lot of people with levator scapular pain, and they've gone to different chiropractors. Yeah, Mr. Dr. Joe. Legally, yes, it's absolutely legal for me to call myself Dr. Joe. But I don't. Okay. Dad's Journal. Good morning, mate. Shout out from Australia. Australia. See what I said? You got to get connected with these people in here. Mr. Joe versus Dr. Joe. Well, that's why my channel is called Average Joe. Obviously, as you can see, I am humble. I know. As wany, as sacky as I am for the most part. I've seen a lot of physical therapists and have worked with a few over the years that are not humble, that aren't modest. They have got their heads so far up there, you know what, and in the clouds, so you know what, that it's absolutely ridiculous. They talk down to the staff all the time. They talk down to the physical therapist assistant all the time. We used to have, where I used to work, sometimes we'd have that. It was terrible. Absolutely, absolutely disgusts me. Forgive me for keeping it short today. Hope to catch you the next time. Mr. Tuber Chat, Kevin, I'm just glad you came by. Hopefully you get some good connections here. Much love to you. I'll see you absolutely on your next live stream. Kenya loves Japan. Is there a doctor in the house? Shop, it's Mr. Joe. You know, and a lot of times, and I could see this myself before I went to school. When you hear doctor, that's the first thing you think is a medical doctor. Can you write me a prescription for, blood pressure medication or something like that? And realize, no, you can't. I mean, no one's writing, unless you're a medical doctor. I mean, a nurse practitioner who's not a medical doctor, they're writing prescriptions technically under the supervision of a medical doctor, as well as a physician assistant. They're not a medical doctor, but they can write prescriptions. Now, I'm not sure, can a dentist, maybe if he's still here, if Dale's still here, maybe he can tell us. Can you write prescriptions? I'm not sure if he can or not. Now I know an orthodontist can. All right, 12 in the house. I am absolutely loving you all. Thank you so much. Much love to you all. I appreciate it. I was really glad that you all came today. I'm shocked. I'm glad. I'm excited. I know there's 12, but I know a lot of them are extra people bringing extra love to me. So I thank you all for that. It's probably maybe 8 in the house. But I always 8. 8 is better than none. And it's always better than just talking to Scully the whole time, because talking to him is like talking to yourself. If you've seen any of my videos on Scully, you'd realize that's a funny, tongue-in-cheek, and play on words. Mr. Dale says, yes, I've written like 10 today. Oh, okay, so Dale can write some prescriptions. Obviously, he does that within his scope of practice. I'm sure he's not writing Halidol, and he's not writing oxycodone, or, tramadol, or any, obviously with any person, any licensee, they have a certain scope of practice that they can write prescriptions in, and for a particular length of time. If the people that aren't in the medical field or in the healthcare field, yes, all MDs, or in this case, obviously a dentist can write certain prescriptions, and realizing that some have a limited length of time or amount of time that they can write a particular prescription for, depending on the state. So that's the reason why sometimes you get a patient, I'll get one that'll be like, that doctor wouldn't write me any medication at all. They don't understand my pain, or whatever they're talking about, and not realizing that maybe A, they're already giving you something that's better than what you think you should have, or B, they might not be able to write that prescription in that state in the first place. Deal so full. Oh, Mr. D-Flow Music's in the house. Thank you so much, sir, for coming in. I've been a subscriber to him probably a couple weeks. I was with one of his live streams he does on StreamYard. He did that one time, but I've seen a bunch of his stuff. Sometimes I comment, sometimes I don't. Especially if I watched the whole thing. I was in the shower and I just played it, and it went through to the next video, and I'm like, oh shoot. And then like, forget it. He got the watch time anyways. I still write pain medication surgery. Excuse me. I still write pain medication surgery patients like implants, difficult extractions, muscle relaxers, antibiotics, pain management, and antibiotics are the big categories. Okay. So he does write prescriptions as a dentist, obviously, when it's appropriate. You know, he's not, you know, just because you didn't have a tooth extraction, or what we call pulling the teeth in layman's terms. But let's just say you, I don't know, my wife has had a few did she have a root canal? I know I've had a crown, and they had to drill down, man, and they didn't give me no pain medication. I'm going back to that doctor. Oh, I know. I want to say thank you, Dale, first, for commenting on that and giving us a little bit of your knowledge. Much love to you. I want to make sure you guys subscribe to him, and I want to make sure that Dale knows that he needs to put something in his icon besides that blue script, or whatever you want to call it, or icon, thumbnail, whatever you want to call it. Exactly. You're awesome, Joe. Good to go. Back to work. Oh, Dale's going back to work. Thank you so much for coming by, Dale. If you have any questions in regards to anything in physical therapy, I mean, obviously, if you've seen my initial channel, I got 20-some years of physical therapy. Outpatient, inpatient, nursing home, home care. I did a little bit of peds when I was a kid. I dabble in peds a little bit in the outpatient environment. If you have any questions, hopefully I can help you out. Thank you for coming by. Obviously, I think I've subscribed to you. If I haven't, I better be after I get done with this live stream. Ghost. What's Boulevard 40 says Ghost. If you want to join my StreamYard sometimes, you can. All right. You already had 4 people in there. It was my first time really coming to your live stream. I didn't want to just go ahead and jump in. You know, it's kind of like, hey, you know, who's this new guy coming into my channel asking to join a live stream? So I didn't want to do that. That's kind of presumptuous of me, you know, coming to your channel thinking that I'm just going to come in. And like, I've thought to myself, you know, that's the reason why I don't. I really just, you know, I come for the knowledge, the entertainment, hopefully the conversation, you know, at the time. So I appreciate you offering your channel, you know, the next time that I can get in to a live stream, and I probably will if I don't look like hell. You know, I've shaved, I got my hair semi-combed, I brushed my teeth today, I'm wearing some decent clothes. You know, I'll do a live stream then, but sometimes you guys don't realize I haven't shaved for 4 or 5 days. I wear a hat all the time. I'm wearing my workout clothes. The last thing I want to do is go on StreamYard looking like a tattered rag. You're always invited, brother. Oh, don't mind. Okay. I will take you up on that challenge the next time I can. Absolutely. I did ring the bell, so I do get your call sign, so to speak, when you are on. Anybody who's been to my channel, I ring the bell, so I know when you guys are on. 19 thumbs up, 11 or 12 in the house. Some people had to go back to work like Dr. Dale. From now on, I'm calling him Dr. Dale. You're a all right. That is awesome. That is awesome. I want to thank you guys for coming. If you can scroll up, I've had a lot of people in different genres that come to my channel, like that sweet lady right there. She does the Bible stuff on this. Well, she did do it until they held her channel for review or whatever. So hopefully she can get back on that. But she's got her Boulevard channel, there's a bunch of other ones. I know the Boulevard channel. And she does like edited videos. You know, she has a small business, so she does talk about, you know, the process of being a small businesswoman. Not only being a business person, but also being a businesswoman, as well as I'm sure as being an African American businesswoman in a small, you know, in a channel. So I know she, you know, if you want someone who is, you know, breaking down the barriers, so to speak, she'd be the person. I mean, she's in a man's world, she's in a white man's world, she's in a YouTube channel world, making it happen. So good for her that she's doing it. So good for her. So you want to get connected with her because she's got her own little niche content, and she got lots of people that does that kind of stuff, as well as you just saw a dentist, Dale the dentist. All right, so he's got a channel, as well as you got Tuber Chat. He does all kinds of, like I said before, he does all kinds of content. You got Mr. Flow the Music. If you want to listen to some music, you want to listen to this man, all right? As well as, let me roll up here earlier. I know I had RC in here. I had a guy from Australia. He does content. He's all the way from Australia. He's here. I got the agricultural that does all types of plants and stuff like that was in this channel. Harry Humstone that was in here that does all kinds of stuff in regards to let me think of my words. People that sell stuff, auctioneers, flea markets, stuff like that. He does that kind of stuff. Dad's Journal does all kinds of stuff in regards to vlogging. Voice talent, obviously that's Mrs. Boulevard's other stuff. Kenya, she's got all three in here, making wonderful watch time for me. Much love, I appreciate that. Eagle VP was in here. Emma and Brian Vlog was in here. Buck's Eyes 2.0 was in here. Georgia Bulldogs. RC was in here if you want to see all kinds of like RC cars and trucks and all that kind of stuff being done. Oh, I would love to do that, but I don't have the time. When I get to be, if I get old enough and I'm febrile, I'll probably start flying. Or at that time, I'll probably, if I'm alive long enough, you know, you'll probably go into one of those planes yourself and fly around. You know, you're probably like Back to the Future, the second one. Be the Difference Clothing. She was in here earlier. She's awesome. She's Be the Difference. She has a live stream. She does edited videos. She sells stuff off her channel, like socks and onesies and sweaters and shirts and I'm sure sweatpants and all that kind of stuff. So Be the Difference. If you want to scroll up to them, you can connect. So you can see all these different channels that I'm connected to, and they're connected to me. They have all kinds of different niches and different types of genre of content and different people that come to their channel. So if you want to get big, as well as you want different people with different opinions and different likes and stuff like that, you need to have that if you want to get your channel bigger, not just connect to me. I'm a creator, you're a creator. You gotta get to be like that, which I'm just starting to, literally just touching the surface. As you can see, some of my videos, they did all right. Even my newer ones. I think my latest one is probably 50 some views. So I get about a week or two, I get maybe 100 and some views. I haven't blown up at all. Maybe it's just because my content. Maybe it's because the type of content I make. It's definitely not my thumbnails, because my thumbnails I think are good. It's definitely not the length of time, because I've cut that back. It's definitely not the tags and stuff like that. I use TubeBuddy, excuse me, for that. So, you know, I think it's just churning it out, working at it, and hopefully, you know, I'm not some young beauty, some young guy, you know, I'm not, you know, I can't believe it, but, you know, I'm not some young, you know, weightlifting guy, or I'm not some beautiful blonde girl or something like that. So I'm not getting a lot of hits on just because I look pretty. So it's all on content, baby, and being fun, and hopefully people liking your stuff. Kiki Soul Fitness, how are you doing, Joe? Kiki Soul Fitness is in the house. They do all kinds of fitness exercising and stuff like that. Edited videos with music, with that. Come on in. I have 10 in the house. If you could scroll up, you'll see a lot of other people that were here. I've had 20 so far, thumbs up. All different kinds of people with different kind of genre that I stopped just talking about. I want to talk about the next video a little bit more I'm going to make. I want to get something to drink. I need, because my throat's getting dry. I'll be right back. I am back. EBT Wheels, hey man, drop a like. Y'all show him some love. Great, I want to grow like you. Oh, Joanne G, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Hopefully give me a thumbs up if you like. We're going to start talking about my next video that I'm hopefully going to drop probably more like Monday I hope Monday, the latest. I got my family coming into town, so I definitely won't be doing any videoing then. So the next video is the third video in my 4-part series on back disc pain treatments. So this next video is going to be about surgical techniques that you might receive after conservative physical therapy, as well as if you went to a chiropractor or pain management, did not fix your problem. So this is your next thing. So let me go ahead and show you a couple things terminology wise, what words mean what. Joanne G, thumbs up, done. Thank you so much. Joanne G, come on, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Hope you get some connections in here. I currently have 12 in the house. Hopefully I can get some more. I'm currently clicking. Hopefully I can get some more people in here for you guys. Alright, I'm trying to get as many as I can for you all. Hopefully get some knowledge. But let's go ahead. Let me get a little drink here for a second. Miss G. Joanne G just shared me out. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing me out. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Much love. Much appreciated. Sylvia's Life in Holland. What? Sylvia's Life. Oh my Lord, girl. I haven't seen you in forever, girl. She does live streams. She does edited videos. Shout out to you, host. Thank you so much, Miss Sylvia. I've been a probably subscriber with her probably 3 or 4 months, something like that. I come to her channel. I was just over there yesterday, but I forgot to leave a comment. I was clicking on a bunch of people's videos upstairs, like because my desktop computer can watch like 8 videos at a time. And so I get stuck on one, and next thing I know, the other one's played way past it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I just let it go. So a lot of times you guys don't realize it, but I've watched your guys' video all the way through and didn't leave a comment because, you know, I went to get soda and I come back and it was like some other channel's video came on. It wasn't even yours no more. So I want to tell you, I am watching your guys' stuff when I don't forget to click the comment something. Kenya loves Japan. Soul Fitness, okay. I didn't know the terminology changed. I like it. Dance, nice. Greetings to you, Sylvia Life. All right, hopefully get some connections in here. Excuse me. So let's talk. I'm going to go ahead and start talking while you guys go ahead and get some more connections. Yeah, oh, yes. Miss Kenya Boulevard, she does the same thing. She does the same exact thing as what I just said. Thanks for supporting my live stream host. You're so welcome. I try as much as I can. I have 1,600 subscribers, and I try and watch as many as I can. I think I say this? Did I say this? I think I said this already, but I'm going to say it again. I went through my 1,600 subscribers yesterday, or how many I got like that, and probably 25 or 30 of them were gone. I clicked on them, and it basically their channel was gone, and it said YouTube had blocked or they did some sort of copyright strike or something like that, and so I unsubscribed. They weren't there no more. So there was 25 or 30 of them that I did that to. And then I had probably another 50, I dare say it was 50 of them that hadn't made any videos in probably 2 months. Just gone. It's just so they had, I don't know, they just ghosted or whatever. They haven't been done anything in 2 months, so they haven't done anything. So that, ooh. Ernie Hatmaker shared me out. Oh, Miss Ernie, she might not be in here, but she shared me out. I'm going behind the braid my hair, so I'm not going to text anymore, but I'm still here. My hands are busy in my hair. You do what you gotta do, sweetie. You don't worry about me. I want to say thank you so much for giving me what you have already. If you had to leave now, you did more than you ever absolutely needed to do. I appreciate you helping me out. Much love to you. She's got 3 channels blowing me up right now with watch time. If that isn't friendship and love and support, there isn't. I mean, I'm sure as she looks in the Webster's dictionary every once in a while, I could probably look the same thing. Or I could just ask Siri on my phone now, and it will come up with that definition. Who supports it probably would be her face right after it. It would be right after the definitions of support, and would have her face after it. 24 thumbs up. All right. So I know Miss Ernie Hatmaker shared me out. So she shared me out. She didn't come in, but she shared me out on her end. So hopefully we'll get some of her people come in here in the next few minutes. When someone shares out, you got to give them at least, you know, if they're able to, if they want to, you know, 5 or 10 minutes just to recognize it, if they have the time or willing to or able to, coming in. And that's amazing. Isn't that amazing? If you sit back and think about someone connects to you, right? And they're willing to spend their time on this third rock from the sun, blue ball, Earth, and, you know, watch your content or give you some time of their life and support. I mean, holy cow, that's just, even if it's 5 minutes or 3 minutes or, you know, a minute or two. I mean, that was a minute or two of their life that I was able to grab and get. I mean, I think I try and kind of boil it down to that level and realize, wow, you know, people are really, really good out there. Not all that stuff you hear on the news all the time. There's bad people out there, don't get me wrong. They're not all bad. It's amazing what you hear on the news. You know, you think everybody was evil, everybody was bad. I wish they would show the good side of everything too, as well as the bad side. I know that don't sell newspapers or videos or whatever nowadays, but it would be nice to see that. Extra Steps CEO, host. Hello, host and everyone. Extra Steps is in the house. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get on in here. I gotta refresh. I gotta see how many people that are in here. I know I got people coming in and out, so getting some connections, watching people's videos and coming back, so. All right, I probably got 7 or 8, because Miss Wonderful Kenya's got, I think 3 of her channels just blowing me up right now, so that is awesome. 14, Joanne Jeans coming on back. Hey, Kenya, love Japan, hello. Extra Steps, hello. Kevin M. Vlogs, Kevin Vlog, get on in here, sir. Get on in here, Kevin. Get on in here and get some subscribers, get some connections, hopefully get some knowledge. We got a lot of people in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get on in here. Hopefully hit my thumbs up for me. I'm going to start talking about, which I said probably 10 minutes ago, surgeries. Surgeries is the next video that I'm going to be dropping probably on Monday. Cross your fingers. On the spine issues. So let's go ahead and get started right now. You do live streams every day? No. On my, if you look at my channel art, I do live streams Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. This Friday might not happen. My family's coming to town. We'll see. Maybe I could get my mom in on the live stream. So that would be cool. We'll see. Kevin saying, Musta at Joanne G. Look at that, got a connection between Joanne G and Kevin Vlogs. Look at that. Boom. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Look at how easy that was to get a connection. It's not any easier than that. At least as far as I can tell. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get started here. So when we talk about spinal surgeries, the least invasive spinal surgery that they can do is what they call a microdiscectomy or a discectomy. Essentially, if you had one of these discs in here, we're talking this green part is your lower spine, these are your hips, the orange part is your sacrum. And so this little red thing, this yellow thing is your spinal nerves, but this little red thing is supposed to be a representation of a disc pushing you on a nerve. So in microdiscectomies, they just go in there and literally shave or cut that or melt that piece of that disc that's pushing out off, and then sew you back up and have a nice day. Microdiscectomy. A lot of times they just don't do just that. They'll do a combination of a laminectomy with a discectomy. Excuse me, I know these words are going to get jumbly after a while. A laminectomy is right here. So when this bone that you see on the side is on skinny people is what you can see. It runs up your entire spine. Ooh, yeah, that's right. This is called your spinous processes. On this side here is called your lamina. This is your lamina bone. This is your spinous processes. So when they do a laminectomy, they literally cut that piece of bone out and take that out. And so if you can see from a side view here, if they cut this part of the bone out, and you can see how that nerve would have a lot more room if this bone did not exist. Hence, there's a lot more room for that disc to move into, and it won't pinch on that nerve. That's called the laminectomy. And if they shave this part off, it's called the discectomy. So laminectomy and discectomy. So that's what they do. And then they sew you back up and you have a merry day. Realizing that they have to go through all the muscles, 3 layers of muscles to get down into the spine area. And then they literally take that muscle that's attached on there, the rotatories, which I've talked about in my live stream before. Those are the muscles that are on the spine, as well as the multifidus is on the spine, as well as the recti spinae. There's a lot of them that are attached to the spine. All right, and they have to pull them away. They usually go between the fibers. They're not cutting these muscles off. They try and go and split between these fibers to get down into that area. Kevin M's, shout out to everyone here. There you go. Kevin's trying to get some connections. And so, Kevin, if you want to, you can also hopefully scroll up the chat. There's some people that were here before. God bless surgeons. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's that? Probably, if you went right out of high school, you're probably 31 or 32 before you get to be a surgeon in practice, because it's 14 years, you know, between undergrad, pre-med, med school, then your medical residency, which is 3 years usually. Then you have another 3 years of surgical residency. And so, yeah, you're your late 20s, early 30s before you can even practice being a surgeon. So, Sheila, come on in. How long are you out of work? Long time, depending on what type of work you do. Let's say that you have just what I said, a laminectomy with a discectomy surgery, which is basically what they define as minimally invasive spine surgery. You're probably out of work if you just do a regular office job. 6 weeks. That's on the good route, 6 weeks. Any Films TV, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get some connections. Aunt Kenny is actually my mom. No, it's called arthroscopic surgery. Laparoscopic surgery is where they go into the front, like gallbladder surgery or abdominal surgery or something like that. That's laparoscopic surgery. This is arthroscopic surgery. But that's my mom, and she's not a content creator. She loves her son, and she's giving me some watch time. And so she might be able to connect to you. I know at some point at the end of the summer, I'm going to be going to see my parents. And I'm going to show her, I'm actually probably going to make her a little bit of a channel. So if she likes you guys, she hopefully can subscribe to you and probably watch your content when she wants to. So maybe she'll get some connections that way. So I don't think she really knows how to do that yet. So don't be too mean on her. If you do, I'll have to beat you up because she's my mom. She can take care of herself, all right? She raised me. She's been through hell and back multiple times. She's a farm girl. She grew up a farm girl without any plumbing growing up. You want to talk about someone that grew up hard? She's tough, all right? She grew up, I grew up gravy train compared to that lady, all right? And she still works 6 days a week. And she ain't no young bird. So all you people that say I'm too old to work, my mom is I'm going towards the big 70, and she still works 6 days a week, people. All right? That's telling. So you know where I get my work ethic from. You know where I get my let's work until you drop attitude. I get it from my mom. So, am I going to retire? Probably when hell freezes over. Or when I drop dead. So, hello everyone in the chat. Mobile Diaries. Mobile Diaries. Get on in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get some connections. I have a lot more that have been here. I got 28 thumbs up. People are coming in and out because they only have one mobile. I got beautiful Miss Boulevard 40. She's got a couple of her channels in here because she's wonderful enough to give me some watch time because she knows how sad my watch time hours are right now. And I appreciate that much, much, much love. I'm talking right now about different spinal surgeries. I'm going to answer my mom a little bit further in regards to when can you go back to work. So does the type of surgery require any particular physical therapy? Absolutely. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Hey, anytime, Mobile Diary, get on in here. Get on in here and get some viewership. I don't like to call them subscribers, but that's almost like what we want to call a negative connotation. It's kind of getting to be like a negative term, subscriber. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know what? I like viewership. Viewership to me sounds better. It sounds more welcoming than subscriber. You know, I like, because everybody, you know, the reality is you could have 1 billion subscribers. But if you have 1,000 viewers, you're making some money, brothers and sisters. But if you have 0 viewers and you have 1 million subscribers, you know how much you're making? $0. You're not making squat. So it's all about viewership, people. So I'm all about views. Viewerships. Let's call it viewerships. That's what I want. Active audience. Absolutely. We want an active audience. I'm sorry sometimes I'm staring at myself versus staring at the appropriate camera. I realize I should be staring at that, but sometimes I'm staring at myself. My mother would think it's vanity. It is one of the 7 deadly sins. I'm sorry. All right. So let's talk about two. I'm going to answer 2 of those questions that were thrown out there. One from Miss Boulevard and one from my mom. Yes. Let me get this off for a second. I should have been Italian, but I'm Irish, so I talk with my hands. So, yes, about 6 weeks really for this minimally invasive surgery. If we're talking about a fusion, if they have to do a back fusion in the posterior part or the back part, or if they have to do a combination of front and anterior surgery, where they literally go from the front to do the fusion in the front as well as the back, yeah, you're talking long term. And it also depends on, like I said, if you're doing a sit-down job. If you're not doing any lifting and stuff like that I have to do during the day, you're just a paper pusher, stuff like that, like what my wife does all day long, yeah, you can get back to work in probably 6 weeks. You know, figure your first 2 weeks, 3 weeks is just going back to the surgeon, getting the incision to make sure that it's not infected. Anytime you go into the details. Every time you go into details, yeah, I know. Front to back, yeah, front to back. I'm sorry, front to back. I really try and keep it average Joe. But when I get excited, I end up twisting things. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I know, isn't that easy? I'm not a crier anymore. My mother said, and I say it too, when I was young, I cried all the time at the drop of a hat. I don't really cry much anymore. I probably should. I keep it all inside. I'm an introvert in that regards. But anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and talk about what I was saying. And so, let's say you have to do a lot of standing, a lot of walking. If you have to do some lifting, Brittany, come on in, my girl. Hello, world. Much love to you, Brittany. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get some connections. I got people coming and going, so if you stick around, they're watching other people's channels and coming back in. So maybe stick around 3 to 5 minutes just to make sure, because I've had 28 thumbs up, so I know it's a bunch of people that have come in and out and watching people's channels. And so I don't want to miss anybody, as well as scroll up my chat, and you'll be able to see some people that probably left that were here that have amazing channels. I know early on, James Geit was here, as well as Be the Difference. She's awesome too. They're larger channels that do live streams that were nice enough to come and watch my channel for a few minutes. And I appreciate all that they do. And so you should definitely get connected with them. I talked about this earlier in my live stream about getting connected with different people, with different niches, with different mindsets, different opinions, because narrow-minded view people suck. That's the truth. Narrow-minded people view sucks. They're boring. Who was it? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Love the man. Famous physicist. Been watching him before he was famous. He's a doctor. He's a physicist, and he says it just like you're boring. Narrow-minded people boring. Please, give me a break. So I'm the same way. Narrow-minded people. I'll be nice. I'll smile, but you're boring. Wide open, open-minded people, abstract people, all day long. I love to watch them. I'm on this channel right now. Before I keep finishing talking about it's this one channel that goes over carvings and stuff like that, drawings. I got a couple of channels that they draw. They show the different drawings from start to finish. Just absolutely love that stuff all day long. I just mesmerized, by that kind of stuff. So it's what I watch all your guys' stuff anyways. But some of it's interesting, especially food. Some of the food I'm not too certain about. I mean, because my stomach sucks. Basically, I have a terrible stomach. That's genetics. So some of that stuff that looks great and it's spicy is probably what. I couldn't eat that in a million years. I'd be drinking the Pepto-Bismol till the cows come home. That wouldn't be no fun for me. But anyways, let's get some more connections. There's 13. I want more people in here. I know there's a lot more people that have come and gone that are hopefully in here. And they're just left for a few minutes watching someone else's video. So, okay, let me get a little more drink. And then we're going to talk about... let me just hold this, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. Here we go. My vocal cords need to be dry. They're drying out. So, let's say, like I said, walking, not a lot of lifting. Let's just say like lifting paper, like a box of paper. That's pretty heavy. That could be, 40, 50 pounds. You don't realize it, but if you work in an office and you have to carry around a lot of charts or something like that, that could be 25, 30 pounds. And if you just had spinal surgery within 6 weeks, as well as a lot of prolonged sitting, which I'm not a fan of, with either back pain or post-surgery, last thing you should be doing is a lot of prolonged sitting. 6 weeks really isn't that long since surgery. You figure 2-3 weeks, you go back and see the surgeon. They go ahead and make sure everything's healed up. They take the rest of the stitches out, or sutures we call them. Make sure you haven't had any infection going on. And then they'll send you to physical therapy. And so that's only 2 or 3 weeks. Just figure if you cut yourself, how long does it take for something to heal? Usually 2 or 3 weeks. And so you're already halfway through the 6-week mark. The inflammatory process just from surgery is a solid 72 hours. As well as, that stuff, all the way to the bone, right? That's as deep as you can get with that pain. So
What does prolonged sitting do? I thought that would be good. All that rest. Oh, sweetie, no, absolutely not. There's tons of research, clinical research that shows how much pressure the disc and the joint take when you do too much sitting. So when you're sitting flexed like that, that's a lot of stress along this joint here called your facet joint, as well as a lot of pressure on the disc itself. And when we age, that disc naturally degeneration, which is normal. People say, oh no, it's degenerative disc disease, I have a disease. No, it's a normal process that occurs as we age, so don't worry about that. But yes, static prolonged sitting is the worst thing you can do for back pain. Well, there you go. The more you know, the more you grow. I think that's from probably Reading Rainbow. I watched Reading Rainbow when I was a kid with LeVar Burton. Big LeVar Burton fan. I love LeVar Burton. I grew up with him, so. Between him and, what else did I watch? Oh, I mean, depending on what era we're talking about. I had an older brother who was 6 years older than me, so I kind of have a huge genre between 70s, 80s, and 90s kind of TV shows and music and all kinds of stuff in my head. And knowing is half the battle. Yeah, that's right. G.I. Joe, that's right. You better believe it. Yep. I did watch G.I. Joe, but I wasn't much of a G.I. Joe fan as I was playing Army with a bunch of people. You know, heaven forbid the kids go outdoors anymore. You know, kids want to be stuck inside. When I was a kid, my mother said, you know, get out of my hair. You know, go outside, driving me nuts, go play. You know, and so you do that nowadays, they call it abuse. Please. That wasn't abuse. No wonder why the kids are so obese nowadays. They never go outside and exercise and play. Got a bunch of hermits. Don't get me started on the child obesity and why it's happening in the United States. Taking out gyms, taking out PE, phys ed in the school system. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're all going to be seeing me in 10 years with discs that look 20 years older than they should. Neck pain, tech neck, thumbs. Eyes are going to be strained. They're going to be looking like an eye of a 40. They're going to have a vision of a 40 or 50-year-old, and they're 23 years old because they've been staring at a computer monitor, you know, 8 hours at a time, 6 days a week or whatever. It's not good for your eyes. You can't stare at this stuff all the time in your eyes because you don't blink as much. There's tons of research out there that says when you look at TV and laptops and phones and all that, you don't blink as much. And so it's very easy to dry your eyes out and get eye strain. I mean, so can you imagine these kids staring at hours like that, hours on end? Oh my God. Yep. Everybody, you know, there's those optometrists that are going to do a laser surgery correction of their eyes. They're going to be like Mr. McDuck. They're going to be throwing around money all over the place. Bushi 2.0, you have convinced me to invest in a sit-stand desk. Yes, you should. I've got tons of videos on my playlist, the back playlist specifically. So I have my playlist broken down into, obviously, the entire playlist, because I'd love to have watch hours and get monetized at some point. But I have like playlists for the neck pain, shoulder pain, and then specifically back pain. I have one. So what I'm also doing my playlist is as I'm doing my series, I have my hip series. So I have my 4 videos, my snappy hip videos, as well as 3 other ones on there regarding hip pain, like labral tears, tendonitis, stuff like that in regards to hip pain. So my playlist is kind of connected down it like that. JD and B-Logs 40, she's trying to connect it to you. So, oh God, did I get off on a tangent or what? Buckeyes, pronounced Buck Easy? Buckies. Buckies. Oh, okay.
Well, it was French. It had that weird accent thing. It had that French thing. It took me a long time to learn English. Now they want me to learn another language? Good. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I had to learn Latin or parts of it for the medical field. There's only so much that can fit in this head. I started doing this because it was coming out of my ears, all the information. People started looking at me like they thought I was hearing voices or something. It's the name of a huge famous gas station here in Texas. Oh, maybe my mom would know that. They lived in Texas a lot longer than I did. And they were in their 40s and 50s when they lived in Texas. Yeah, their 40s and 50s when they lived in Texas. So they would know that. Boulevard 40, can we be friends? Well, if she wants to be, she will be. She might not want to be. Sometimes a number is just a number, but if you want viewership, it's not worth it. Because really what we're looking for, brother and sisters, is viewership. Once you get 1,000 subscribers, all right, there's this other thing, maybe Tuber Chat, he's left, but he could tell you about a little bit more detail because I've only read about this. YouTube algorithm is this way. If you have a bunch of subscribers on your channel and they watch like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, and then that's it, YouTube starts reducing the amount of, what do they call that? What's that word? I'm forgetting the word. Where they send it out. There's not, it's not click-through rate. Anyways, it's how many times YouTube sends out your videos, your thumbnails, to be click-through rate in a month. So what happens is if YouTube goes ahead and essentially sends your stuff out, and all of a sudden it gets algorithms back, impressions. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you, Miss Boulevard. Impressions. Yes. If they send your stuff out there, and let's say 20 people come back and only see 1 minute or 2 minutes of your video, and your video is 5 minutes long, and that happens, they're going to reduce the impressions big time. You know, so you got to be mindful of not only your subscribers, but also who you subscribe to, because if you're getting subscribers that they're just coming and clicking through for 30 seconds or a minute just to say they watched you, and that happens to me. I'm sure it's happening on my channel. There's not much I can do about that. But when I subscribe to other people, I at least try and watch their content at least 30%. Now, if it's a 2-hour live stream, I'm not doing that. But if it's a regular edited video and it's 10 minutes, I'm at least watching 3, 4, 5 minutes of it. So sometimes I'm watching 30, 40, 50 minutes of it. That's right. Got to have a strong click-through rate. Otherwise, it's dead weight. Exactly. And YouTube is going to reduce your impressions rate. And when you send out a new video, they're not going to send your video out to as many impressions. It's going to take you probably, I don't know, it could take you a bunch more videos for YouTube to start sending your impressions rate back up. So you got to be mindful of that. So be mindful of that. That subscribers is, once you get 1,000 subscribers, that's it. I mean, I want more, obviously, but I want viewership and watching, because at that point, you know, I see a couple wonderful channels on here that are just live streams, but they got 18 and 20,000 subscribers, and if they're lucky, they might have 30 or 40 people in their chat, as well as when their live stream is done, they might get 100 or 200 people tops that ever watch that live stream. So their impression rate has got to suck. There's no way they have a good impression rate when they have 18 and 20 subscribers and they're only having 100 or 200. I mean, jeepers, that's like 0.01% of their actual subscriber account. So you got to be mindful of it. And it can really, really hurt your channel. JD Blogger says at Boulevard 40, yes. I got 9 watching. I had 9 watching. $28 thumbs up. All right, so I didn't answer a couple questions. One I didn't answer is, you know, how long, if you've had it, you know, if you had that, if it's not just a sit-down job or whatever, and you have to do some lifting with a laminectomy or discectomy, then you're probably looking at a couple months. That's to go back probably light duty, which means it's minimal lifting, you know, ability to stand and sit when needed. So there's gonna be lifting and stuff like that restrictions. If you're having a spinal fusion, which we're gonna talk about right now, I work so hard to get a high following, but no one is watching. It's frustrating, so I don't really network as much as I need to. I'm here with Mr. Joe because I like his content. Oh, Smackdown Girl, thank you so much. That warms my heart. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate that you come here because you find my content worthy, worthful. You know, all I need is a little love. Wait. No, that was the Beatles. So yeah. I mean, if I can literally, if I could get a 999, I should say, more people just like that sweet lady right there who works hard on her channel, I would be set. I have 1,600 people, almost 1,700 subscribers right now. I bet you 300 actually watch any of my stuff. It might even be less, but it's probably about 300. I know I have 32%, I think, of my people that have subscribed to me have their bell on for me. I think it's 32% or 33. Most of my people that watch my stuff, my people that where I have 2,000, 1,000, if I have a couple videos that are 500, 600, 800 views, those are all people that aren't subscribed to my channel at all. They came to me because they saw the content. Shoulder pain treatments, rotator cuff, back, hip, whatever it may be. They're not subscribers at all. They just wanted to see my content. And technically, that needs to happen 7 more times. YouTube says someone like that, that's a true subscriber, viewership, they need to come back to your channel 7 times before they'll subscribe to you. If you want to know statistics, go to Google and YouTube. The government can't hold a candle to them. You want to talk about someone who's got statistics? Go to them. Trust me, their stuff is rock solid. So it's 7 times. So if you can get a viewer to come back to you, and just think of yourself. Just think of yourself. If you went and saw someone and you liked their content, just it came up on you and you saw, and then a couple of weeks you went back, you saw it again, something else, and you liked it. And you figure if you do that 7 times in a month or 2 months, you're likely going to hit the subscribe button because they continue to make content that you like. So Google, it makes sense. I mean, it's not only logical, it makes sense to me because I can attest to myself. I think I've done that, as well as it's statistics. Trust me, they've done this. I mean, there's millions and millions and millions, hundreds of millions of videos that they're doing statistics on. So the subjects are huge. So needless to say, if you can get someone to watch your stuff 7 times, more than likely, you got a stick and stayer person is what you have. You don't have someone that's just coming to you lackadaisically because they want to subscribe or something like that. I'm fine with. I'm hoping I get some good education and give them education, I should say. But the reality is they probably won't stick and stay. And that's probably, like I said, 70%, right? If I took almost 1,700 people, and I say only about 300 probably watch my stuff at all, yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's like 30%, 40% tops. So, but always, even in the big channels, that when I hear them talk, I'm talking like 400,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers. Their statistics is only like 30%. So I like when YouTube says, oh yeah, people are watching 50 and 60%. There ain't no one watching anybody's channel 50, 60%. No way. Ain't happening. If it is, it's such a small group of people. You know, maybe the mega winners like, you know, PewDiePie or someone like that. I give everybody a chance, but I've joined with lots of people that are making real videos. They're just doing... I'm sorry, I'm missing it. They're doing... I gotta click through this because these pop-ups. With lots of people, they're making real videos. They're just doing... They're not making real videos. They're just doing science streams and junk that offend me and waste my time. Hope that's too hard. No. No, it's not too harsh. No. Absolutely not. You know why? I personally, now I'm probably going to lose some people from this. Oh well, I'm still making content. Scully and I are staying. But I don't watch anybody's silent stream. I don't. Absolutely not. If you see any of my videos, my live stream for Pete's sake, look at it right now what I've done. How animated can you be? How pumped up, how lively, how on can you be than me right now when it comes to a live stream, all right? Well as my edited videos, which I probably spend too much time on, as well as, you know, the Adobe After Effects and all that sounds and special effects and color stuff I do and lighting stuff I do. You know, it takes me about 3 days to make one of those videos. One of those 5, 6, 7 minute videos, it's about 3 days to make it. And edit it and do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm offended when someone comes on and just does a silent stream and thinks that I'm going to watch them and that they deserve the same monetized value as I do. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just busted my hump for 106 minutes, giving you guys education, exciting, hopefully exciting you guys to be here, right? As well as obviously getting subscribers. I know you guys, some of you got some subscribers out of this, which I'm thankful for. But the reality is yeah, I mean, if you're going to sit there silent stream with a plant or an empty chair, and you think I'm going to watch you for 3 hours, you're out of your flipping mind. You're out of your flipping mind. All right? Now, I'm going to boast for a second. I'm a highly educated, highly experienced professional. You think anybody, as well as myself or anybody else who has a life, is going to sit and watch an empty chair for 2 or 3 hours so you can have watch time? You're crazy. And people that are allowing that is adding, and so what, I guarantee this, YouTube at some point is going to start dinging people for that, because that's bad for YouTube. That is totally bad for YouTube. The fact that if real people, real advertisers that are going to spend money on you, all right, as a content creator, and that's the kind of stuff that, just think of you. Think of you. Say you owned a business, right? Say you owned a business like that sweet lady does, Boulevard 40, right? She owns a small business. Let's just say she was giving money to a YouTuber, right, to you know, get her some more people for her, you know, for her business. That's essentially what advertisement is. Try and drum more business for me. So let's say she's giving someone $100, right, to do this, and half of their content, not all, but half of it's live streams with an empty chair or a bear or a plant or something there. Seriously, I'm not giving you a dime of my money. That's the kind of content you make? Are you out of your flipping mind? Money's hard to make. I'm not spending a dime on that. Really? That's the kind of content you make and you think you deserve money for that? Come on. You people are crazy. You people are out of your mind. And you wonder why a lot of people get frustrated. Oh my, I can't believe I've gotten no one coming to my tail. You gotta be out of your mind. No one's gonna, I mean, come on. No one's gonna, I'm not gonna spend money on that. I know you guys are all thinking the same thing. You know, and so is it Miss 40. She said, basically said it in the text that, you know, and it's not harsh. I mean, it is offenseful, especially people who have anything upstairs, you know, and think for 5 minutes more than just blurting things out. Just think, okay, yeah, if someone's working really hard to make good content and they come to your channel and all they see is an empty chair. My thing is, if that is what you are gonna do to get monetized, what are you gonna do after you get monetized? Exactly. Because this is a craft, okay? This is, we're sharpening our teeth. We're getting better at our craft. To get better at your craft, you gotta baby step. You gotta work through the stuff. You gotta try new stuff. See what people like, see what they don't like. Get better on camera. If you see me on camera, and I think Miss 40 said this, this reminds me of that. Thank you for that. She said, boy, you know, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, or whatever, when you started these videos, you were shy and you were quiet. And that's the truth. I was shy and quiet, and the reality is, I was really worried. And so the reality is, after doing this for 7 months, yeah, 7 months, that I've gotten better at this. So you get better at your craft, whether it's making content or presenting yourself on camera. And so if you're not honing your craft, so to speak, and you're just, like she just said, not getting better at your craft by doing this stuff, and you're just trying to get monetized by watch hours, you know, not pushing play and doing content like all the big creators say, just push play, do the content. If you're not doing that, you're not going to get better. So when you get monetized, no one's going to watch your stuff because you never really, you know, built up any foundation for your channel or your craft, or your ability to talk on camera, or your ability to make videos appropriately, or editing, or whatever, lighting or sound or whatever, or the type of content you make. I can't see you being shy. Well, if you see how I was, Mom, if you want to go back to my first video where I have a beard or I shaved, a few of them that I show in this room, if you want to see how I didn't pause correctly, how I just, you know, I didn't really, my mannerisms were very stiff and rigid and stuff like that, not realizing how I've been doing this now, and obviously I'm not no more. You do this long enough, you get better at it. No matter what, you do it long enough, you're gonna get better at it. And so yeah, you gotta get better at your craft, and you know, and I'm always getting better. I see Nick Nimmons out there all the time, and he's always trying to do some new stuff. He's got 500,000 subscribers. I was watching his stuff out of the order. His voice was kind of wavery. He was just weird, bit tight, and not so confident like now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you know, the reality is you build up your brain. You know, obviously your brain's not a muscle, but you build up the connection. If you want to talk about neuroanatomy a little bit, you build up the connections so that your speaking voice, your ability to do presentations in front of people, because that's really what this is. This is a presentation on camera. You know, there could be 3,000 people out there right now in a crowd that I can't see, obviously, because it's only a camera, or you could see it, and you really build up that muscle. You know, and and even though I had done presentations in school and done presentations out in work, you don't do it enough, you don't build up that muscle. But if you do it as much as we have, you really do get better at it. And so if you're just have a camera pointing at whatever, you're not, you know, or if you're not building up your mannerisms or your craft, and all you're doing is seeing the little cutout, and you're seeing just the, you know, they'll do a little, when you talk, it pops out, your icon. If you're not building up your mannerisms, or, you know, how you present your facial features to people, you're not going to get better either. I mean, it all ties in, all together. And so, yeah, I feel bad for people that just do silent streams, because the reality is, it's not harsh. It is insulting for people that really work hard on their channel. And if they get anybody who watches their silent stream They should have their head examined. It probably is just another one of their dummy accounts or something like that. It's not really real people watching them. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a waste of time. You know, you're better off taking longer to get monetized and actually get some real connections and viewership and build up your talent, so to speak, than it is to get monetized in 4 months or 6 months or whatever, or even a year, and just not be a very good content creator. And then once you get monetized, no one's watching your stuff anyways, so you're not making any money. Makes no sense. All my channels have watchable content unless the account has been accounts that have no content. Ah, yeah. I know you said you got a lot of content out there. So I've boasted enough about that. So much that my vocal cords are being strained because I got overly excited and animated. I do want to give a shout out. They will never, ever, ever know this. If anybody, I started watching this guy several months ago. His name is Mark Martel. He's a singer. And he actually did he actually sounds like Freddie Mercury from the Queen. He kind of, if you look at his facial features, he looks a lot like Freddie Mercury. We'd have to. I mean, if you sound like the singer or identical to the singer, your facial features have to look the same. Kind of like, what's his name from Journey? Arnell, who sounds like Steve Perry from Journey. If you take Arnell and you take Steve Perry, facial feature-wise, they look a lot alike. Their structure of their sinus and their nose and their cheeks and all that, where vocal comes out, looks the same. They look the same. So, anyways, this guy will never hear it. But needless to say, I love listening to his, and he sounds a lot like he sounds like George Michael and a couple other people. So, if you want to listen to someone that sounds like Freddie Mercury, who can sing like Freddie Mercury, who plays the piano and a bunch of his different instruments, look up Mark Martel. Anyways, back to Average Joe PT. Okay, so let's say you had, a lot of times research also dictates if you have a spinal surgery, within 5 years you'll have to have another spinal surgery. That's the statistics of it. The reality is people don't change what they've done that caused the problem in the first place, so hence that's the reason why they end up causing another problem, usually above or below the surgical site that happened in the first place. They blow out another disc or something along those lines. But let's say they went in, they did a laminectomy and a discectomy. They're only going to do that once. The next time they have to go in there, they can't do a laminectomy on the same side, on the other side, because it would make the joint too unstable. So they will go in there and do a fusion. What they do is they take the rest of that disc out, kind of like gastric surgery. If you don't change your habits, it defeats the purpose. Gonna gain that weight back. Yes, as well as you got to remember, they have shrunk the stomach, unless they've done like if they didn't do if the generalized gastric bypass surgery, not the one with the ring or something like that. That stomach shrinks, that stretches out. You could actually tear that stomach lining and have a big problem if you've had gastric bypass before. It's not a smart thing to do. There's a reason why, they try and do all kinds of diet and register dietitian and exercise and everything else before they go ahead and do gastric bypass, as well as counseling. I know years ago they did counseling, and so before they would do gastric bypass, because some people just need that. Because the reality is if you can, there is obviously an emotional thing that's going on with them, but that's besides the point. But yes, it's very dangerous, gastric bypass, and then you go ahead and gain a lot of weight, stretch that stomach back out that already was smaller to begin with from surgery. So it's very dangerous. But yes, the reality is that disc, they take that disc out, we'll just say L5S1, which is what this disc is, wedge-shaped disc. They'll take that out. They'll take the L5 vertebrae and drop it in. They might take a shaving from the side of the pelvis, or they'll take it from a cadaver, a dead person. They'll put little bone tissue, or bone within the top and the bottom of the sacrum, and they will go ahead, and so that will fill the space where the disc was, and they will go ahead and put screws, usually, hopefully flexible screws, infuse L5 to S1. And now you have one joint where L5S1 is, and now the fusion now the movement has to occur at L5 to L4. Now remember, I've said in a ton of live streams, as well as edited videos, Harry, yeah, wood screws, yeah, absolutely. But you'd be surprised how many times those screws break and twist. Yeah, scary. Sometimes it's too far in, the surgeon can't get it out. Then they diagnose you as failed back surgery. Then they do what's called a dorsal column stimulator, probably. We can talk about what a dorsal column stimulator is in a second if you want to. But 50% of all movement, bending forwards and bending backwards, occurs from this one segment, L5S1. That's right. The other 50% is made up of the other vertebrae in the lumbar spine, which is this green section on my spine. Excuse me. That's right. Ouch. Exactly. So that's the reason why this disc fails most of the time anyways, is because 50% of all your movement occurs from this disc, and it can't take the beat no more. So now 50% of all your movement that used to be there is gone. Poof, gone, because they fused that segment. So the reality is if you don't change your ways, you're going to stress L5 and L4, the next disc up, because you haven't changed either how you move, or how you sit, or how you lift, or your flexibility, or your strength. You haven't changed anything, and lo and behold, you blow up the next disc above. That's what happens a lot of times with people. So that's why that happens. So yeah, nowadays they do flexible rods. If it's really bad, they might have to do a couple segments, L4 all the way to S1. They might do a couple vertebrae. The people have to understand, when they go and fuse a segment, you lose that motion. It's gone. It's gone forever. Yes, they do a lot of times. They don't do a discectomy or laminectomy at that point because they know the disc can't take it. You'll just blow it out. So yeah, they end up going back in and end up having to fuse the next one above. So it can be a real domino effect. You know, so sometimes you have to fuse multiple levels because they see, like, okay, if we don't do it now, they won't even get 5 years out of this surgery. So we better fuse the other couple levels because they're going to blow them out in 6 months or whatever anyways. So yeah, they gotta be very careful. And that's the reason why with a fusion, it takes much longer to begin with. To heal and recovery. A lot of these people think they have the fusion and they're going to be back to normal in 2 or 3 months. Nah. Not when you talk about nerve pain and everything else. It's usually a good 6 months to a year. Some doctors say a year or 2. And if you have a lot of nerve pain or nerve damage that happened and they had to maybe take some bone fragments or out of the nerve itself, I mean, depending on how bad you beat your spine up, it could be longer. So there's no cookie cut answer when it comes to when can I go back to work, which is what I'm following up way back in the beginning. So when it comes to a fusion, it could take a lot longer to recover from that. So
at Frugal Farms channel. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Frugal Farms, come on in. You know I work in a factory 20 years. One of the big reasons why I want for myself is to get off that factory floor. Yeah. It doesn't help that I'm overweight. Oh, that's okay. That just means good living. I want to preserve as much of my body as possible. I work with a lot of people that have been in factory for longer than me, and they have lots of surgeries and limited mobility. Miss Ernie Hatmaker, I missed her coming in. My Miss Sweetie Ernie Hatmaker's in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in here, Miss Ernie. I talked about you earlier when you shouted me out, but you hadn't come in yet. I talked about you and Ed. Ed's attention to detail. So yes, factory. I worked in Frito-Lay for, I don't know, 3-4 years when I was going through college. So, oh yeah, that factory beats you up after a while. So you have to be mindful of that. It'll beat you up if you're not careful enough. All right, it's been a couple hours. I want to thank you all for coming. All right, I want to thank, much love to everybody that came. All my thumbs up, the 10 people that are here, as well as Miss 40 Entrepreneur, who is also Kenya Loves Japan, also known as 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Do I have a third one here? Boulevard 40. This lady was awesome. Can't say enough about her. If you don't connect with her, you're a loser. No. I'm just saying she's awesome. And also connect with Harry. Harry, you want to get some good connections with Mr. Harry also, as well as Miss Ernie Hatmaker. I have been in here, was listening while working in the garden. Oh yes. She's out there in Arkansas. Hey, how's Billy Bob Clinton doing, Ernie? Have you seen Bill Clinton lately? I was saying that earlier before you came in. I'm terrible. Hey, you pick on Ed, so I don't know why I can't pick on you. Me and Ed are buds. I've never met the man, but I feel like he's a brother from another mother. I love his truck. I like what he does on his channel, and he builds his own house. I don't mind supporting folks like you, Mr. Joe. I give real support to real content creators. Thank you so much, Miss Boulevard. So like I always say with Scully, if you've seen any of my videos, at the end of them I say, you better look up and keep smiling. All right, see you next time, folks. I will be back on hopefully tomorrow, as long as I'm not dead like Scully. All right, bye, folks. Thanks for coming. See you next time.